Welcome back to the deep dive. Today we're stepping away from, well, the usual historical stuff. We're diving into something much more fundamental, the soul's journey after death, but through a very specific lens. Our guide is a particular interpretation, Anubis, Guide Through the Afterlife, which details 10 very precise steps.
That's right. And our goal isn't just to talk about Anubis mythology in general. No, we want to unpack this incredibly structured, almost linear progression the source lays out. It treats the afterlife like a curriculum, really. So we're following the soul from that initial, frankly, terrifying passage all the way to its final awakening.
Yeah, it's less philosophy and more like an instruction manual for the newly departed. So try and picture this journey with us. Step 1, the passage of souls, that first moment, crossing over.
And crucially, there's no time to adjust. The source makes it really clear how fast things happen. Step 2 hits immediately. The challenge is ahead. And the word used is endure. The soul have to endure hardship right away. It sets this tone of immediate trial, active survival almost. These aren't vague fears. They seem to be specific tests needed to even get through the first doors.
Okay, hang on. If the challenges are that immediate, that intense, where does Anubis fit in? I mean, he can't just be waiting at the finish line, right? What's his role then? How does he actually help with that endurance?
Well, that's what's so interesting. The source presents him as like part guide, part protector. Right from the start, this whole section is called the Guiding Hand. Anubis is there to help. It really stresses he's not just some, grim figure of death. He's an active, positive support, the expert you need in a place where you don't know the rules.
Right. More than just moral support, then. It sounds practical. Step 4 is specific. Navigating the Underworld. He leads the way. That implies it's tricky terrain, yeah? Maybe not straightforward. Full of specific dangers. Gate guardians, maybe? Things you need to say or do.
Exactly, and it connects directly back to those initial challenges we mentioned. His help comes during the hard part. He's providing almost real-time defense. But here's the key insight. Anubis leads, but the soul has to follow. It has to comply, so it's a joint effort. The text calls this phase facing difficulties. He provides help. His assistance gets woven into the soul's own efforts to meet the standards, the rules of the underworld.
Okay, so if the soul listens, if it follows the guide, then it works. The roadmap says success is possible. Overcoming trials, the tests are met. That's step 5. So by following directions, giving the right answers, using the right protections, the soul passes this initial survival phase.
Precisely. And passing those external tests is basically the prerequisite for what comes next. Once survival is handled, the focus shifts completely. It moves from external navigation to internal development. Anubis' direct guidance seems to lessen a bit, and it becomes about the soul itself. Step 6. Seeking Enlightenment. The soul advances.
Okay. And advancement here isn't just moving forward in, space or time. The source seems to suggest it's deeper, like integrating the lessons learned during those trials, moving from just reacting and surviving to proactively growing, taking ownership.
Yes, that's a great way to put it. Ownership. The soul starts maturing spiritually, building on what it endured, and the immediate result of all that effort, that internal shift. Step 7 gives us something surprisingly calm, finding peace. They find what they seek. After the endurance, the trials, the self-reflection, there's a resolution, a earned tranquility, a moment to breathe, maybe.
Which sounds like, it sounds like the end of the line, doesn't it? Step 8 seems to confirm that. The path to eternity, the journey ends. It feels very final. The mission is accomplished, the soul has arrived, destination reached.
And that phrase, the journey ends, is so important because it sets up the paradox. The tension in the final 2 steps is, it's profound.
Right. So if the journey ends, what happens next? Because immediately after saying it's over, the roadmap hits us with step 9, the spiritual awakening, the journey never ends. Wait, what? We reach eternity, but eternity isn't rest. It's ongoing.
It's pretty amazing, isn't it? Ancient thinking wrapped up in what feels like a procedure manual. Think of the first 8 steps as like a required course. Tests, guidance, graduation. Reaching eternity is graduation day. The formal program is done. But the actual learning, the pursuit of knowledge, that's just beginning. Eternity is the start of something limitless.
That tension.
Wow.
So the structure falls away, the guide steps back, but the soul is now in this continuous process, maybe self-directed now. What kind of knowledge are we talking about then? If the underworld tests are over, this awakening must be about something bigger.
The source implies exactly that. It's not just feeling enlightened. It's constantly becoming more enlightened. It's dynamic. The soul's potential for growth is now infinite. no longer bound by the rules of the path it just walked. The end of the structured road is the start of the truly infinite one.
Okay, let's just quickly recap that path then. We started with that sudden shock, the passage of souls, and the immediate need to endure the challenges ahead.
Then came Anubis, the guiding hand, actively helping the soul in facing difficulties, which allowed it to ensure the tests are met.
And that success changed everything, letting the soul turn inward, seeking enlightenment, which led eventually to finding peace.
Which brought it to the destination, the path to eternity, where the source clearly states the journey ends.
Right, so those 10 steps, that whole structure, gives you this incredibly detailed, almost practical view of the ancient Egyptian afterlife journey. It makes the unknown feel very concrete.
It really does. But now, let's leave you with that final contradiction, the real head-scratcher from the source itself. We're told, point blank, reach eternity, the journey ends. But the very next thought defines eternity as the spiritual awakening, where the journey never ends.
So if the tests are over, the guide is gone, the structure is finished, what is this ongoing awakening? What form does it take? If getting to eternity required certain knowledge, what new knowledge comes when you're actually there, free from the path itself? Think about that difference.
Right.
Reaching a goal versus entering a state of limitless becoming.
That's the deep dive for you this time, something to really ponder.
We'll see you next time.